afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Judy Simpson. It's the first Thursday of the new year, which means we're in the kitchen with Across the Fence. Joining me with some favorite recipes for 2019 are our chefs, Carolyn Peak from Williamstown, along with Deb Plumley and Marco Ayala, both from South Hero. Before we get started with our chefs, we want to highlight the winner of last month's free drawing for the craft and cookbook called Christmas Country Style. The winner is longtime viewer Bertha Reed from Isle Lamont. Congratulations, Bertha. We appreciate your interest in Across the Fence and want you to know that you'll be receiving the book by mail any day now. We also want to take a moment to recognize some of our loyal viewers, starting with Edie Ackerman of Fairleigh, who writes that she never misses Across the Fence. Harriet Tenney of Washington tells us that the recipe programs are her favorite. From Waterbury, Alice Hawkins notes that she's already ready for winter to be over. Our thanks to Caroline Lamb of Johnson, who sent us a beautifully decorated envelope. And Geraldine Moulton from West Charleston says she used several of last month's recipes for the Christmas holiday. We want to thank you all for making Across the Fence part of your day. Turning now to 2019, here's Deb with some favorite recipes.
All right then. Well, for the new year, we've got new recipes and a new kitchen gadget, an Instapot. I didn't bring in the Instapot today, but I did bring in the booklet. In case viewers are not familiar with an Instapot, it's kind of like a slow cooker on steroids. It has a saute function, a pressure cooker function, and also slow cooker. And if it washed itself, it would be perfect. But it's a fun gadget, and my first recipe actually was made specifically for an Instapot, but I know you viewers can adapt it for a slow cooker. And this is called beef Burgundy, and it is so easy to do and so yummy. You start by browning 2 slices of bacon in the saute pan. Remove the bacon, and then you're going to brown 2 pounds of beef cubes. You're going to dredge the beef in flour that's seasoned with salt and pepper. Once that's brown, take that out of the pan, and then you're going to add red wine, tomato paste, and some beef broth, and you're going to want to stir that up a little bit to get those brown bits out of the pan. Then you dump in your beef, sliced mushrooms, sliced carrots, a bag of frozen pearl onions, and some seasonings. You're going to set this on pressure cook for 15 minutes and then let the pressure naturally reduce for about 10 minutes, and lo and behold, in under an hour, you have got this fabulous, hearty beef dish ready for your family. Now, what's going to complement something like this might be some nice, crusty, homemade French bread. This bread can be ready in 90 minutes. You're going to proof together your yeast, water, and maple syrup for the sugar. And then you're going to use the dough hook of your standard mixer, and you're going to make the bread batter, which is just bread flour, water, and salt. You're going to follow your normal directions like you would for making bread. Everything's included if you send away for the recipes. And you're going to bake this on parchment paper on a pizza stone. So it comes out rounded, nice and crusty. Perfect thing to tear apart and soak up some of that wonderful gravy from your beef Burgundy. Now, with such a heavy meal, you're going to want to complement it by something a little lighter. And this is going to look so pretty during the winter months. It's a Mandarin orange green salad with poppy seed dressing. Fresh spinach leaves and salad greens are tossed with drained Mandarin orange segments. You've got some craisins in here and some diced red onion. Now, the dressing is homemade and it comes together in just a snap. It's cider vinegar, some mustard, sugar, oil, poppy seeds, and a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm just going to dress the salad with a little bit of this. So in less time than you can think of, you look like you've spent all day in the kitchen, but you've got a wonderful meal for your family. You've got the beef Burgundy, the crusty bread, and this wonderful salad. Now, with all of this, I hope you've saved room for dessert. This is an apple cake with a maple butter frosting, and it comes to us from Donna Barkham of Milton, Vermont. And I'm always on the lookout for new apple recipes, so I'm really happy to kick off 2019 with this cake. It's very simple to make. It's 4 cups of diced apples mixed with a 1/4 cup of chopped nuts. Put that in a spiced cake batter. You can bake it in a 9x12 pan or a bundt pan. Let it cool, and then the frosting is so easy. Confectioner's sugar, butter, and some maple syrup. So I want to thank Donna for this new family favorite. It's a great recipe to start 2019. And Carolyn, I know you've been busy in the kitchen, and I thought maybe I would save this piece of apple cake
thank you,
for
because
you.
I wanted to try that. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to let you get started and kick off the year.
Okay. Well, Happy New Year. And I've got a nice meal. Now, maybe your family has something special on New Year's Day. This could be a new special for you, a new tradition. And I want to start with one that is a tradition in the Peak family, not necessarily for New Year's Day, but my mother-in-law made tuna casserole. And when I asked my husband what he would like to have for a meal for this show, he said, well, I really like tuna casserole. So I figured that was as good a thing as any to start with. Now I have used, and I've done this before, so you've seen them before, the colored macaronis. My mother-in-law just used the plain old elbow ones, but that's, you know, gives it a little more flair to it. And it's just the macaronis and tuna fish, a couple cans of either cream of chicken soup or cream of mushroom and chicken or whatever you like, and some cheddar cheese, and you've got this fantastic casserole. It's fairly quick to do, and you can do other things while it's cooking. Now, my next one, I didn't leave the bag over here, but this is all made in a plastic bag. Well, the dressing you have to put in a different bowl. But you start out with carrots and cabbage and some green pepper and an onion. You chop those all up, you put them into a large gallon-sized plastic bag, and then you make a dressing with sour cream, salad dressing or mayonnaise, vinegar, sugar, celery seed, lemon peel, lemon juice, and salt and pepper to taste, and you have a wonderful cabbage salad that you've made in a bag. I love it because it is so simple. And then another nice thing for it is that you can put it in just make it up 2-3 days ahead, put it in the refrigerator, and it's great. Now, to go with our meal, we need some bread of some sort, and I used a quick and easy herb roll. These are when it says quick and easy, it's quick and easy. You've got the whole thing done in maybe 45 minutes, if that. And I mean, from bowl to table in 45 minutes. It's just your regular roll or bread dough things, but then it's got parsley, thyme, rosemary, and sage. And you can just make it up very, very quickly. Put it in the oven. They bake for about, 14 to 16 minutes, and they're ready. So that's a really good meal altogether. Now I've got, in my crock pot, I have a slow cooker caramel peanut butter hot fudge cake from Abigail Donahue of Vernon. And she says that this is really yummy. I can't wait to try it. But you just put everything in, and it has the Rolo candies, and peanut butter, and just it makes like a fudge in the bottom. And let me see if I can find a good place to set this so you folks can see it. Let's do this. Lovely chocolate, caramel, everything that's yummy like that. So thank you very much. And I can't wait to try it, Abigail, because it just smells so good and looks so good. Finally, very quickly, down here in the front, I have magic cookie bars. And again, very easy. You just melt some butter in your pan, and you put in cracker crumbs and condensed sweetened milk, chocolate chips, all that kind of thing that's just really a yummy, sweet dessert. And you pour some caramel ice cream sauce over it, and again, it's a really yummy dessert?
Well, I'm guessing that they're magic because they basically disappear, right?
That can be one of the things, yes.
They look wonderful, Carolyn. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I'm going to take my cake with me.
I was going to say, I was going to steal it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, recipes are like family heirlooms that we pass along. My first recipe today was given to Lynn Jarvis by his mom, Mona, and he passed it along to me so I can share it with all of you. It's an orange date bread, and hopefully you can pass it along to a family member so the cycle will continue. Along with the flour, baking soda, there is a whole cup of dates and a whole orange, juice and zest. So it packs some serious flavor. And I am sure this recipe will be a family favorite of yours for years to come. You can see the dates and all the orange in there look absolutely lovely. So for my next recipe, speaking of favorites, Lynn also loves cranberries. So he suggested I shared with all of you this Cranberry Crumble bars. The base is a simple shortbread that you then spread with jellied cranberry, and then to balance all the flavors, the topping is a mixture of sugar, flour, butter, and a dash of salt, similar to a fruit crisp topping. They're very easy to make, and I'm sure they're going to become one of my favorites as well. I have to warn you though, the shortbread and the topping is very rich, so you want to be careful with these bars, but they are absolutely yummy. Okay, now for my main dish, now that we're done with dessert, because we have to eat dessert first, one of my new favorites is this easy to make shrimp scampi over pasta. The sauce features olive oil and lemon juice, and that's what you will expect from shrimp scampi, but it also incorporates oregano, parsley, breadcrumbs, and a little bit of pepper flakes to add some extra zing. And very easy to make, and the pepper flakes are optional if depending on how hot you like it. And I think the perfect salad to pair with this would be this Mediterranean salad. And this one is one of my favorites as well. I eat it year round. In here, there is spinach, feta cheese, olives, strawberries, and a homemade raspberry vinaigrette that adds some sweetness to the savory ingredients. And for a fancier salad, you can also add candied pecans. And the recipe for the dressing also will be included in the pamphlet that Judy will tell you how to obtain at the end of the show. So this is a wonderful salad that you can have year-round. Now, for my last recipe, it's my beer recipe, and it comes from our friend Javier Cerco from Colchester, Vermont. And he writes that this taco biscuit casserole is perfect not only for Taco Tuesday, but for any day of the week. There is ground beef that's cooked with taco seasoning, salsa, tomatoes, cut up refrigerated biscuits, and then you bake it for 25 minutes at 350 degrees. And of course, all of the toppings that we love, like sour cream, which I got right here, lettuce, cheese, tomatoes, scallions. So you can top it right here, and you can see there is in this little star dish that my friend Marianne Carmichael brought from the Cape. And I think that it's mostly because it will become the star of your menu.
That's great. What a wide variety of recipes we have today. Thanks to all of our chefs. As always, we have a couple of different ways that you can get today's recipes. You can go online to the Across the Fence website. Go to uvm.edu/extension and click on the link to Across the Fence. You'll find the recipe tab on the right-hand side of the web page, and it includes our recipe archive. To get the recipes by mail, send $2 and a stamped self-addressed business-size envelope to 2019 Recipes, Box 188, South Hero, Vermont, 05486. Please remember to include $2 and a stamped self-addressed envelope to the address on your screen. Once again, that's Box 188 in South Hero, 05486. For all of us here on the kitchen and Across the Fence, we want to thank you for watching and happy cooking. I'm Judy Simpson. We'll see you again next time on Across the Fence.